Hello survivors, welcome to a brand new Orcs Must Die Deathtrap video. Today we are going to be showing you the brand new character Gabrielle, and we're also going to be showing you the brand new map. So we actually got a couple as our first mission. We're going to go and show that, but first, to unlock Gabrielle, she isn't available in the very beginning. You've got to go down this path over here. So if you look at the mini map, it is on the left side. This is one of the brand new NPCs for us that sells elixirs. Really cool things going on over there, like the damage from chain lightning is doubled when an enemy that is electrified dies. There's some organic traps have a chance to instantly kill, gain 5,000 coin at the beginning, gain 75% chance to cost no rift points on death. Just some really interesting options. And then behind here at this portrait standing right over here, there's going to be the scepter that's in my hands. You need to collect that scepter to unlock Gabrielle, and she's got quite a cool attack. A really cool right click, and her overdrive charms enemies, making them fully healed and fight for you until the end of the stage. So we're going to be playing on the Patio library. Unrestricted areas also really a cool new area, but I don't like Rift Rush personally, so we're going to go and grab this. I don't know what level I'm on. I'm on a 3-star difficulty, so that's fine. Let's check out the brand new area and see what it is like. So over here, if you click on the character's portrait, by the way, it does skip this whole loading animation. That's normally actually a character select screen, if you never knew that. I always in the very beginning thought it was just a loading screen, but it actually isn't. It's a full character collect screen. Okay, so this is a small map. We've got the enemies coming from this corner. So if we have a look over here, you can see it's the same as the other patio. We've got them running from there to here. What we can do is, obviously, we've got a sentinel up there, which can come in handy, and we can get enemies to run this way. So we need to find a way to get these guys upstairs. Where? Okay, so we're going to get people come from this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this over here. Do that. And then we're going to block off here. And we're going to block off here. I don't even know if I have enough barricades for this, but that's going to make them all run this way. This can come back a bit more. Is there a way to salvage this? Make it even less barricades used? It doesn't look that way. But now they're going to go all the way up there, all the way around to over here, and all of them are going to come to the same area. And that's going to help us. It's not going to help us. We need these guys to go up there as well. So we need to find a way. We're going to have to put a lot of traps right here from where everything comes. So this will be our little kill box working a little bit backwards. And we're going to put some traps down. I mean, not traps, some barricades down this way as well. So there we go. That sorts that out. None of them are going to be able to come from anywhere that we aren't. There is also a... It looks like gate here. Oops. This one's the only problematic gate, actually. Wait a second. Oh, no. I changed my mind. Let's make everything go that way.
These orcs will go the direction I want them to go.
So that can go there. This can go like so. And we're going to make them all come down from the bottom over here instead. Alright, that is actually pretty clever, because this is bigger. And then what we can do is we've got 3. If we get more barricades, we'll put them down. But for now, that should be fine. And we're going to do our usual. So I think we can go for molten gold, which needs to be added over here. A bramble will be pretty cool. Magic orb will be really nice on the sides because of the amount of area that we've got going over there. And we don't need that trap over there, so we can put some ceiling pounders on and instead. So that should work pretty well. Shock turrets, the ceiling ones, we can put down, but instead of what? Maybe leave the bramble out of it, or leave the steam vents. So let's get ourselves the, not the wall charger, we need the shock zapper. Now there are a lot of new traps that were added which would actually work really well here, but unfortunately we don't have access to them just yet. We don't have any skulls available on our character, which is a bit of a pity, but it is what it is. So over here we're going to start off with some molten golds. I'm sure we can leave out the corners, the sides. You can see that we don't really need them. And we also going to put a bramble right here so it can start to grow and do its job, filling out this entire area. But you can see that putting them out in, okay, maybe a fourth lane is necessary. Also, I just like doing molten gold like this in the beginning, but you don't have to. It's not really necessary. It's probably better to not do it this way and to do it this way instead. So we go 1, 2, 3, 1. We'll do it right to the corner here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and then molten gold goes here again. And it's going to go into the corners like so instead. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a zapper turret down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you put down these turrets like so as well. 1, 2, 3. And then they also go here. I believe it would be these ones. Would it be these ones? Yes. 1, 2, 3. Like so. And then we put another zapper over here and then another molten gold. So zapper over here, zapper over there, and a molten gold over here. So that's the top that we're starting with. We can still put another zapper over here and another molten gold over here. Perfect. So there's my top done. Now we just got to work on putting a bunch of tar down. I don't think we're going to have a lot of room for it, so I'm just going to do something like so. No, not like so, like so. Because then it's going to go tar, tar, tar. And then it's going to go fire after the tar. Fire, fire,
if you can
fire.
Still see the floor, you need more floor traps.
Fire. And it's actually going to be acid over here, but we'll put the acid over there like so. Acid, 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 acid. Okay, we can't really afford anything else, so we're just going to get started, check what she's like, and let's see what happens. We do have some archers, so we'll use them as well and see where we can go from there. But for now, let's go. Really interesting attack as well, by the way. We could probably put a bramble down here somewhere just because all the enemies will be running down this way. So we are actually going to do that. Also, I love the... Oh my goodness, that was a lot of damage. Okay, wait, why does she do so much damage? Even her range is disgustingly... She be strong. Alright, so we're just gonna start a fight for absolutely no reason. Just so I can go and put a bramble plant right there. But don't mind me and the fight that I just started. Okay, it does show you hearts over there, so it does show you which character or, you know, how that works. So which enemies are ours and so on and so forth. Again, they do have a little bit more life and stuff, so I think they will end up doing a little bit more damage than any other of the orcs. But it really just depends which ones we'll end up getting. Also, I wonder how far that goes. Okay, we do need to put more traps down, so that is what's going to happen. Also, I mean, they are going to run straight here, so let's go and afford the Sentinel Priestess right here. Some of the elixirs make the Sentinel Priestesses absolutely immune to damage, which is really good sometimes, really bad other times, but I think it's pretty okay for now. Okay, 1, 2, tar. Then it's gonna be fire over here. This, I've done something wrong here. I have not done something wrong here. My brain just wasn't functioning. Alright. Good job, me. Overdrive is ready to use again. Okay, so our Q ability requires us to actually have... Ooh, Sentinels deal an additional 50% damage and have an additional 50% maximum HP. Do you know what? We're going to try this. I've never taken it before, so why not? We also get a free skip, by the way, which is new. They've added that, which is very interesting. But we're going to take that, why not, and see where that takes us.
If I was ever ill prepared.
I think that's quite an interesting one over there. We've got some enemies coming from here. I don't have enough for Bramble. Otherwise I would have just put it right over there, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter too much. We've got a tart place here, and now the fire costs the most, so we have to wait. Because we need fire over here and fire over there. And then we can just repeat the pattern down the entire way. It doesn't look like we actually need it here, so next round we're going to get rid of those two. And we'll put them down another place. We get a rift up over here, that's awesome to see. And whack you in the face.
Replenishing charges.
Okay, I actually want... Oh, do you know what? The one thing we haven't put here yet is our bouncing traps. I completely forgot about them. I was going to go now and buy the Sentinel, the Priestess up there, but that can wait a little bit. So this is literally just what they called them is smaller maps. So instead of having the enemies running all the way from outside and doing it from out here, going all the way around and whatever, it's now just a smaller map, and you don't have to... I guess it's to make it go a bit quicker, if anything. Pretty cool. Also, I don't know where you're going, dude. I also don't know how molten gold is hitting enemies that are below the stairs. Oh, that's how. Never mind. I know how. Okay, we do a bramble. That looks like that bramble's grown quite a lot, which is awesome. I wonder, does that actually hit something? Doesn't look like it, so you have to actually hit them. And then the other thing we can do, and I'll show you, but I don't know how well it works, is we're going to put our trap over here. And now what happens is if enemies stand on this, we press Q and it will teleport them away from us. Or sorry, it actually, we gotta move that. Wait, we gotta move that. My bad, my bad. I just realized what it does. It needs to be moved.
Recharge time.
Okay, we got quite a lot of money, so let's go and put more of these down. We need some on the other side as well. There we go. Unaccompanied travel. Warps will teleport enemies but leave Gabrielle at her current location. That's pretty good. Now we're going to go and sort that out. So what happens is we put this trap down over... I'm actually going to do it at the top of the stairs. So put it over here. And as far as I understand, when we press Q now, it's going to teleport all the enemies near us or in the circle to that warp area that we just put down. And because we just got the current
course,
thread,
another door is
we
open.
don't teleport, it actually just teleports the enemies, so that's pretty cool for us to see. Alright, this Bramble is doing a fantastic job over here, as you can see and imagine. And we just need to be careful of flying enemies. Actually, do we need to be careful of flying enemies? What we can do is do something silly like, you're not a flyer, but I do have to be careful of you. What we can do is put, you know, while we were unfortunately disrupted, flying enemies are, they're so rude. I'm trying to have a discussion over here, honestly. Also, the fact that you got through is really bad. Okay, we need to sort out more of this. We're going to do it at the end though. They do have flyers now, so we do need to just be careful of them. Here, one is over here. So it gives me a good indication of what we need to do or where to put some stuff. So we're going to go and put some bouncing orbs over here. And that's going to allow us to hit the flyers that come from there. And then these are going to allow us to hit the flyers that come from there. And there shouldn't be any other flyers that make it through, hopefully.
Charging my scepter.
Charging my scepter. Awesome.
Does make me feel
Let's
powerful
go.
again.
Okay, Pox increases damage enemies take from traps by an additional 50%, or the Mesmerize can affect the Null Assassins. What is Pox? Which one of our skills is Pox? That's our primary attack. Okay, we're going to take Fatal Misfortune so that it increases the damage that they take from traps by an additional 50%. So we have a chance to debuff enemies with Pox, and that's going to be this, that over there. We're going to go and remove these. What's very interesting is they are running to this corner. They're not supposed to be, but they are. So I wanted to remove this, but it looks like I actually have to put it back. So we will do such. Put the acid over there. And then we're just going to go and put a little bit more over here, just like so. It needs to be a fire first, and then acid. Another acid over there. So that should be fine. Go and put that over there, and that over there, and we're just going to start it.
Preparation is key to success.
This is
Be
wave
prepared.
4.
There's another door opening.
We've got another door opening. That shouldn't really affect us.
We have flyers entering the area.
The only problem is the flyers. We need to see where they come from so that we can find out how to deal with them. They are coming from here. I do want to see if these magic bullets or bouncing bullets are going to do what I think they're going to do to them. We do have our priestess also smacking them. But that is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't quite like the the auto crossbows, and that you could actually see it with the priestess hitting or missing a lot of her attacks. So it does make it so that it's not so amazing to use.
It's on a different surface. Entering the rift.
Oops. We need to make sure we are focused on the enemies in front of us.
Quite the combo. I am the new master, aren't I? Eyes on the rift.
That's very irritating.
Replenishing charges.
don't have enough barricades to kind of... Oh, do you know what? Actually, no, I don't think we can. Can we put 3 here? I don't think it's enough. 1, 2, 3. No, we need a 4th barricade. So if I had a 4th barricade, we could stop them from going that way. But I mean, we probably could if we don't get a nice thread next round. We can probably just skip it and get the barricade for free instead. So that is an option. Maybe it's an option we go for. There is another option we can do as well, and that's just to put more traps down in other places instead of having a single funnel have multiple. How do... Okay, check. So there's actually like a little aura around them. You can see this guy is affected by pox, and because they're affected by pox, our traps are going to do more damage to them. Mesmerize can affect basic trolls. So over here, I'm going to skip. It's going to cost us a little bit, but it's going to give me that extra... do I want... You don't know. It can come in handy for the future. So yeah, we're going to do that. It's going to give us the extra little bit, and we're going to go and put it down over... I don't think I needed to. Oh no, I do need to. Because we got this over here. There's no other way for them to go anywhere. There's no other way for them to go anywhere either. So we had to put those over there. So we did need 4. So we can put them down over here like so. So that's going to stop them from going this way again. And that's going to mean that they can literally only come this way. Which means we no longer need these traps over here because they're not going to run this way. If they do, that's just whack. You know, that's just crazy. I don't know why I just did that. I'm going to put them down again. You guys are going to think I'm crazy doing this all the time, but sometimes you have to be crazy, you know? You see, it doesn't... I don't think they're going to go further than this, so we'll just do it in the kill zone and not anywhere else. We're just going to put down the acid. Acid goes over there. Acid goes over here. Not over there, over there. Over here. We'll go up to... I mean, we can't go anywhere else with the acid. Fire, fire, fire. Then it's going to be tar again. Then fire. So we can just do it like that. The only thing is that we don't have anything else to put here. So we're going to just make it look very pretty. Put the acid there. Tar, acid. That's going to be tar. That's going to be tar. And we'll just make it like so. So that should be fine. And we can go and put a bouncing trap over here as well. And that's all we can afford, so let's go. We can put another one over here, and then we can also put another one over here. It's still going to bounce towards that location and return. And we can actually put more up on the top. They should hit the higher ogres as well. And there's a flyer incoming from this location, so we do just need to be careful. Get rid of them quickly. That's fine, you can hit me. Alright, there we go. Those ones are done and dusted. There's a flyer coming from this location that we need to deal with as well. Actually, we don't need to deal with it. The only way they can come from is through here.
Exceptionally done, if I do say so myself.
And now the only other thing is we can put more traps on the ceiling over there and more bouncing traps over there. But everything else should be fun. Ooh, 12 times over there. Love to see it.
Combos like that will never get old. A moment, please.
Yeah, it does work. That's awesome. I wanted to see it in action, and I hardly ever use those abilities, so I had to use it. I wonder, does my overdrive affect these guys? Unfortunately, it cannot. It can only affect the smaller enemies. Okay, we have 22,000 coins. We've got heal when an organic tap deals damage to an enemy. Melting from acid traps increases our War Mage damage. We're going to take that because we do use acid traps quite a lot. The organic healing would have worked really well as well, because as you can see, we have the most amazing, beautiful thorn flower over there. That's poison ivy to the enemy, really. But I think it's a little bit better for us to move the other way. And we're going to put these over here. And then we're going to go and put a shocker down over there and down over here. No. That's going to be a stun.
A good War Mage is always strategic with ceiling space.
Alright. We can also go and put these here.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect indeed. I don't think that's actually going to hit anything. Also, I would like maybe a thread that allows you to clear out these things over there.
Yep.
So we can actually get rid of them, but that's okay if we can't. Overdrive is ready, nearly. Very easy to get our overdrive ready though, so it's not something I'm really worried about. We just need to look out for flyers, which the game kind of tells us about anyway, so...
What a remarkable combo.
Somehow I got poisoned.
You should try to prevent that unstable rift from opening. You get no photo. That was exquisite. You're losing rift points.
I don't even know where the unstable rift was, unfortunately. I found it.
Remember me?
Okay, we have our Q ability up and running.
Really feeling the power now. Stay away from the rift.
Okay, it's a stone bat. That we okay with getting. So that was an okay unstable rift to deal with. Oh, we charmed some enemies up at the top over there.
Now that was
And as you can see, they stay as our enemies, as our allies, sorry. And we are able to deal with them from there. So that's pretty cool. Let's go and gamble forward. We also start with increased runes, which is really, really awesome. So we're going to go and gamble forward. And let's see, we get a brand new one. I think it is the... Oh man, that's horrible. Let's do the boss fight. Let's see how well she can do, the Royal Coliseum. And we do have the extra rift barricade, which is actually needed in this level. So it's quite funny. The Royal Coliseum is one of the levels where you need an extra barricade to get the full barricade going. So we're going to do that. And then the only thing is you stay away from the boss itself, because the boss will cause you a lot of grief. So what we do is we then go and we do this over here. Actually, if we put it over here, does it help us get more space? So we don't want the barricades to be near us when we're fighting the boss, and that's because the boss hits the floor and does like this little earthquake movement, and that's going to destroy the barricades. So what we do is we ensure that that doesn't happen. And this is supposed to go where? Down. Like so. And somehow, somewhere we're out of barricades. What is going on here?
Let's force them to go around.
How am I out of barricades? Because I did it wrong. I knew it. So you literally only need those barricades there and those ones over there, and by just putting them nicely you can actually make a nice long strip, and you got yourself 2 kill zones to work with. Now I don't know if we've got enough time. I don't know if we're going to use molten gold, just because we don't actually need the money. What we need is just traps, so we're going to do just that. We're going to put down as many traps as possible over here, like so. Not over there, over there. We're going to leave off the molten gold, just because what's going to happen to us is the boss is not going to be very happy with us. But going to put a bramble over there. That's going to help grow stuff. And we can even put a bramble over here, just for the very beginning, for the fight. So, you know, it should do its thing. We didn't have any other wall traps going along here, but the bouncing traps in this area should be sufficient. Like so. And then we do the same thing with the floor traps now. So we do that. And then we go again. 1, 2. Acid. Acid.
Oh, that's good.
Fire. And then I think we've got just enough. We probably can't do 2 of the bouncing traps to do the exact same thing over here. So we'll start off with the traps, the tar trap, and we'll put it like so.
If you can still see the floor, you need more floor traps.
There and there. And then we put fire behind all of the tar. Assets like so. And then we're going to put the ceiling traps. We're not going to worry too much. Over here, I think we'll put more pounders than electrifiers. So do something like so. Go one back. Something's wrong here. I have made a boo-boo with my placements.
I can place ceiling traps as high as I want these days.
Like so, and then we can still afford the shock trappers, like so. And we actually have more space for the orbs as well. And this should be more than enough to defeat absolutely anything. And we need to just worry about the boss. What we can do is then, if they manage to make it out alive, what we are going to do is pull everything to over here again. So we're just going to put this over there.
I want to return there fast. Here we go.
And I accidentally pushed the button. Alright, perfect. Let's get going. We can fight the boss within this area. Not worrying too much about him. I could have gone and purchased that. Maybe if we get a bit more time, we can do that. But right now we need to try and stay away from the barricades as much as possible. There are also flies here now, so we need to take care of them before anything happens. This is probably my favorite boss, actually. So it does show you he disables the traps, so at least they give you a bit of warning, like, hey, the boss does this. And there he is. So what we can do is something like so. That actually worked. Okay. And what I want to do is, it's actually bad that he disabled those traps, but we're just going to run to over here. He just disabled all those traps of mine. That's not good. Can you all disappear?
Enemies are entering the rift.
He disabled my traps. What are you doing, you silly man?
We're losing rift points. To note.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose a bit of points over here, but as long as we can keep him away, we should be fine. Okay, we did lose a bit of life over there. He's just gonna run around and not do anything. That's fine.
Defend the rift. We are losing
All of our
points.
traps are back up. We can go and put that lady up, the priestess over there. Get rid of you guys. And now we just need to make our way here without him hitting us.
Oh, that was exquisite. Oh, eyes ready. What a remarkable combo.
Okay. We need to get rid of these healing bats. Okay, we did get rid of them. Let's use our overdrive over here. Fantastic. And he's nearly down. Alright, we did lose a little bit of our HP, unfortunately, but it is what it is. As you can see, we can't hit these guys, they are charmed. But we can hit everything else that isn't. And that's it.
Killing orcs is a simple task.
So that's how you deal with Tad the Reclaimer. And we do need to work on getting more skulls, so we will land up getting a little bit more. We do get another head start over there. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe survivors. Until next time, cheers.